Sales preliminary field
So
logistics plan. The team was Steve Larson, Lisa Castro, Frank Gasper, Mike Bruner, TJ Holland, Tim Barnum, myself, and Brandon Pressler.
Who?
I didn't want to read all of that, but yeah, Brandon.
Oh, crap. Uh-oh, hold on. Sorry, I tried to get our pictures off.
okay, so before we started our Kaizen group, Steve and I were working on an A4. This came from the management group on creating a more consistent lean field planning and execution system. So that's the background, that's where it came from. What we did when we were assigned this is we went and we looked at whatever projects were going through at that time. I think we looked about 5 or 6 of them. And what we found was it's very inconsistent. Either the package was missing altogether, or where there was a little bit of elevation, a little bit something else on another one. So it wasn't consistent. So what our goal is to establish a plan early on, get the superintendents 100% involved early on, to be able to provide a package to give to the pre-construction team to submit along with the tech. And then roll that out over when it moves over to operations, and we follow our plan. So we know what our budgets are and stick with it versus recreating the wheel when it would come to operations like before. That's it.
And so we mapped out the process. At the time. We were following what is called in the industry the last planner system. It's a trademark name, so you know it's basically kind of taking the lean aspect and the lean theories and using them in the field. Some of the things that we did was we kind of went from the sales logistics, the PM schedule, to our pallet schedule, to durations, to weekly sub meetings, to the 2-week look-in. And as we were kind of working on the last planner system, which is highlighted here in yellow, is the master schedule, identifying the customer's needs, the polling, planning handoffs, identify conflicts that can eliminate waste. Then it's the make work ready. And then at the end, it's that Hanse and that weekly work planning and just kind of reviewing. So as we were going through this, we were like, oh, well, we need to start up here at the source, right? Get as close as we can with the way the field's doing the work at the source. And that's what's come out of our Kaizen, which is now called JPS, which is our job site planning system. And I gotta close this so I can open up the Swiss.
Oh no, it's right there.
I know, but I opened it up over here. It was having a problem because I think the mic had open. And so here is our Swiss that we will be reviewing.
So attend the pre-construction kickoff GIMBAs. If the super is unavailable, send meeting minutes, including the deliverables required. The estimator, Jumpstart, VDT, virtual design team, superintendent, review highlighted elevations, identify system types, details, and turnaround timeline. The why is understand our scope and classifications. So this, if you can open that.
Oh,
Well, that's
their category.
yeah,
so
that's
they
the
know.
category. So depends on what it is. We need 72 hours. If it's, I think it's a class category. Space
Class 1 or class 2 are the big ones that have the full
Yeah.
things.
72 hours is just for the.
Yeah, the 72 hours is give the super 72-hour notice before you set up the meeting.
Yeah.
Before the meeting, correct?
Yes.
And then super to confirm deliverable date and package required, and review completed preliminary logistics plan prior to submittal. Number 2, open Bluebeam session and Microsoft Team bid process channel. The key points is identify session ID, review the scope, review the pre-con checklist, review any design or installation concerns. Look, number 2 again. Extract sheets to use from architectural. Cover sheet, floor plans, elevation, include cover sheet, stamp, and Bluebeam. Save on the desktop while creating the package. It does make it easier.
Uh-oh.
Tim? Yep. So from there, what we're gonna do is create a preliminary field logistics plan. I don't know if you can get that
Where's
off.
the, okay.
First thing we're gonna do is we're gonna reach out to the crane vendor and we're gonna send them the elevations, general site plan for crane size, pricing, and hoist plan. Then we're gonna check back with the estimator. After that, we're gonna identify the system types and quantities, units, tech wall panels, special conditions, buyouts, etc. We're gonna determine the preferred installation plan, direction of installation, interior, exterior, and equipment. We're gonna mark up the floor plans, elevation, and perimeters. We're gonna show a 15-foot interior, exterior laydown area, equipment locations, leave out bay, etc. Then we're gonna have in our package, we're gonna have a preliminary equipment specs. We're also gonna have a general notes page, and that's gonna be job specific. Each job is gonna be a little bit different. And we've kind of updated that. We've been doing that, but each one's gonna be the same type, but it's gonna be per job. And then we're gonna save it in the sales bid field folder. And
Dude,
then
can I
Mike,
share my screen?
Oh, yeah, I can stop sharing. Oh, God, really?
Hang on,
Where's this thing at?
we could be crashing.
No, we're fine. There you go.
I'm coming.
He just wanted everybody to look at it.
yeah, I know, right?
Golly.
Thanks.
Man,
Look at me, guys.
He's our vanity smurf.
Look at me, vanity smurf.
Mike's with his
Right,
mirror.
right, no, it's
We're gonna
like-
get Mike a mirror when it comes
Thanks,
out.
thanks,
I
guys.
look good.
Appreciate it. So like Tim said, here's a preliminary logistics plan. This was one of the first ones I did with Frank during the Kaizen. This is for NBC. This job happens just to be a tech wall job. So going through the scope, I didn't go and make a floor plan. It wasn't needed. So I went along, got with Frank during the team session, went over the scope, realized it was tech wall. Most of it is going to be set from the outside or by hand and on the ground. So I really didn't have to get too much into a plan of equipment. So roughly I kept what you see here on the left was the highlighted scope by type. I kept that going from the session. And I'm keeping this moving forward and all the plans I'm working on.
Yeah, Mike, we only see the cover page. I don't know.
It's moving really slow. Then hold on, I catch up.
Maybe you should just.
See the elevations with the two cranes, mini crane.
Okay, who sees what?
Oh, never mind.
Oh.
Oh.
I could see it over here.
Ours is moving,
Okay,
ours is moving really slow up here.
Yeah.
Just kidding. Okay, so here I broke it down on by floor and how we're going to set some of the material. First floor metal will be set off the floors with surgical lift. Glass will be set by hand. That's that blue scope here. And then I went on by floor, moving up, drew a little crane, showed the boom lift. I mean, we got a little crazy with some of the tools we make, but
Hey, they work good.
Was fun.
they work good. You get the point. Here we covered field logistics, some of the general notes. I modified this to go through tech wall. And even that, moving forward with future state, we made this nice pretty one now. So some of this will change, change per system type. And here we have our nice preliminary logo that'll be moving forward. And here's one we just made the other day. That's pretty much future state for 1,000 Bill's job Seaward. Let it catch up. So here we got Seward, multiple floors. I got a shear wall on this job. Going through the Gemba for me was, I think, a great improvement, because now knowing moving forward before I get there, before the job's even bid, I know what's going on, and we all do as supers, not when we get released after the job was awarded. So for me, I have a really good plan. I know I need some suspended scaffolding here. I need some special equipment on this job. I better start getting prices now, and I have plenty of time to get it. So I'm really glad to be moving forward with this and getting the field involved right in the beginning.
Mhm. Yes.
So here's another elevation. I have shear wall here, something I would have known right up front unless we were all talking about it as a team, which was great. Definitely, Bill and I now realize this is going to be taken off completely separate from typical unit setting. So we allowed time for this separately. So he's figuring for that as especially for special equipment and even maybe off-hour shifts for the crane to set this shear wall. And I don't want to say this is my floor plan. So now with this, hopefully when we submit this to the GC, up front, the conversation is going to get started, especially about right here, the yellow surrounding the perimeter. This is the 15-foot of clearance the field struggles with all the time, inside and out. So if I'm going to set this from the floor, which this is the 3rd and 7th floor, I need this 15 feet per perimeter inside the building to be able to load. That includes even if it was exterior set, you need the 15 feet for a work access zone in the exterior per section. And it just starts the conversation, day one when we submit this. And, it's been working out. Even, I think, Frank, we worked on Robertson Lane and we came up with something the GC had no clue about, point loads, and how they wanted to attack the job from the inside set. And they had no clue the spider crane, the floors couldn't take the load of the spider crane. I asked them, do you guys even realize what's going to happen if you set from the floor? And they went back to their structural engineer before we even went forward with the bid. So it's good to start the conversation. And to finish this off, again, here's another more logistics notes, but let me finish off with this load. So I've even thrown in photos of an inside set. The GC knows what's going on. And we're also going to submit our point loads for the type of equipment we're using. So if you're using a spider crane, you have the spider crane point loads, the equipment type, and the load it actually puts onto the floors. That's it.
You make it sound like it's so fast.
Yeah.
If you get all your information up front, I think that's the most key thing. When we first of all start the Gemba session, I think highlighting the scope is where it pays off the most for us, the field. I speak for the field, knowing the type. And then from there, we'll dig into the architecturals and the structurals. That's all we're doing our part. But giving us the time is the most important part. I can't do this in 3 days. If it's a big job like the 1,000 job, I need a couple of days. I can't just last minute set this up and expect it to happen. So that's what we're asking, to have a lot of time when it's a class 1 or class 2.
Yeah, the more time we have, the better plan we're going to put together.
And that's in the Swiss.
And with that, it's like, why are we telling you guys this? It's like, all we're asking is that when we create this plan, that you guys get it in front of the customer, because this starts our whole job site planning system. We want this to be like, this is our foundation. From this is how, when we looked at it at the very beginning, this is how we planned on doing that install. And as we kind of move forward with our Kaizen and what we're doing, we're just going to constantly be refining this thing so that at the end, this is like, hey, this is our initial plan. Any questions that you guys might have?
You sound like a big picture of Mike.
I don't know, Mike, why don't we just
How
have a
does he
big
do
picture of
that?
you?
How do you keep
I don't
doing
know.
that?
I stopped
Everyone
sharing.
go away. We just see Mike.
Oh, I think because I have him as my little, I put a little heart around him, so he's my
Oh,
Aw.
I need to do that.
favorite.
That's what vanity gets you.
I
Yes.
thought those were rabbit ears.
There any questions,
Concerns?
concerns?
All right, then the big thing is make sure when you guys have your Gemba, you're inviting the supers, and we will have this package for you on time with all the stuff that you guys saw and try to get it to the.
And it's been working now, with the jobs we've doing. So it's been really helpful. Just, we still tweak our stuff a little bit, but yeah, it's a good thing for everybody. You guys are so quiet out there.
Yeah,
I know.
Awkward Zoom stairs.
Yeah. As you threw $500 on the table, they'd say something.
Yeah, I know.
Frank, do you have anything?
Oh, Frank wasn't part of
No,
this.
this is, I think this came together pretty good. Getting you guys involved is nice because it gives us something good to talk to the customer about and gives us makes us as a company look good, look, like we're, know what we're doing.
Yes.
Good.
It gives the customer opportunity too, if they don't like the way that we think we should install it, it gives them time to react to it and move it around so we can do it too. So it's not a big cluster like when we first started, years ago.
And when we plan on setting inside the building, they know right away that that's how we estimated, that's how we planned it.
Yeah.
And it's a good clear package to also give internally when it goes over to operations.
Yeah.
And I was just picking on Frank because he was part of the team. So that's why I called him out.
Let's pick on Vince.
I think
Question.
Yeah.
So on your Swiss, you say you need me for something? Is that toolbox you guys need on the server or something?
No, the Gabe, that's the.
Yeah, we were trying to make a super toolbox. Right now, they're just sharing the tools that they have. So I don't know if you can create.
It was a blue beam
It
thing
was a
that
blue beam thing.
we were looking for
Yeah.
help on.
You know how
Yes.
like we have like PM tools,
Mhm.
architect tools, if we can make a toolbox for supers that they can throw their stuff in, or do you have to be the one that throws it in there?
No, they can put whatever they want in there. I'll put it on the server and then anybody can use it.
Okay.
Okay,
Sweet.
So we
awesome.
can have access to super tools.
Yeah.
Super tools.
They have really super cool, super duals. Yeah.
Super cool tools.
Sweet. Thank you.
Did you have a question for Vince? I heard you say Vince's name.
No, I think you said Vince's name.
I said Vince's name.
Yeah.
Oh, you said
Yeah,
Vince's
yeah.
name?
I didn't hear anything from Vince.
I know, it's so quiet.
Hi, guys.
Hi, guys.
Hi.
It's in a suit.
God, I wear a jacket one time and everyone's losing.
I know, wow, I didn't recognize you. So sharp.
I thought you were going on a game show.
We're supposed to dress up or something. Huh?
Well, TJ, when I went on Let's Make a Deal, I dressed as a beekeeper and I won a hot tub. So
A hot tub, really?
Did you know he was on a game show?
No, I did not know.
I had no
figured you knew
idea.
it. That's why you said that.
I have him up there as an opportunity for a Jeopardy host.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, you can do it.
Yeah, if Aaron
you can do
Rodgers
it.
could do it, you could do it.
Yeah.
All right, well, we won't take any more of you all's time. Thank you guys so much.
thanks, guys. Thanks, guys.
Thanks a lot.
Yeah.
Enjoy.